Hi, this is Cygnus, and this is not adjusting well. Try to adjust it. I have my brand new portable sewing set holding this for me. Here we go. Hi, this is Cygnus. I am wanting to teach you all another lesson about preparation and how you should always prepare for future situations. In an instant of your car breaking down, say that you was driving, it's a very common thing, say that you was driving on the road and you had a flat tire and you had to turn to the side of the road to change your tire, yet you did not prepare for the jack, you did not prepare for the tire change. So we're going to look at the prepared version to the non-prepared version and the result of the difference between two. The first person was not prepared. The second person is prepared. So we got person one, person two. Person one was driving. They had a flat tire they had to pull off to the side. The person was new to the area because, think about it like this, they had to drive on the highway out of town just to get to where they were going. And they were not thinking, I should prepare. So they went to the side of the road, and they were just stuck there for a long time trying to call everybody that they could, but their phone did not have signal. They had no signal on their phone. So they were stuck for quite some time until the tow truck had to tow their car away, and they had to go back to the house from finding someone to pick them up, and then having to come back and pay for the towing company for what they did. And then we have person two. Person two prepared ahead of time, had an emergency tool set, had a jack, had socket wrenches, had a fire extinguisher in their car just in case they needed it, some extra fuses for the fuse box, a battery charger if their battery went dead, the whole 9 yards, they had it. When it came to changing the tire, this person did not have an issue. This person had a spare tire in the back and had changed the tire in less than 30 minutes and did not have to pay a dime from that certain situation and barely had to take any time. So as you can see the difference between person one and person two, non-preparation and preparation, you can see the difference between one and the other. And how difficult it was for, that is my breakfast. I have my beans ready and my supplements mixed in. My body's saying, I need more. Prepare. Let me prepare. My body is preparing to become strong. Recovery is very important. And that is what we need. Yes, we need to prepare and get strong. I feel the bones are getting very strong, and my body is doing very good, holding up. We are both holding up and staying strong during these very difficult times, trying to support us as well as everyone else. I'm always concerned about everyone, especially during these times, during every time. Times are polluted, so we're having to worry about everyone. Why would we not? We want to teach others so that we can prepare ahead of time instead of waiting until it's too late. There are things that are irreversible. It cannot be taken back, and it cannot be fixed the same exact way. That is a major issue. And an example of a broken wrist. If you ever broke your wrist and you had to get a surgical performance, regardless if you did or not, you just broke your wrist, you broke your bone. Once it breaks the first time, even years after, when it is quote-unquote healed, what will happen is they will take an x-ray of it again, and they can tell that it was once broken. And if they did not, then they did not take a close enough look. A lot of people do that. They're not really looking at it. They're just skipping over it. If it's major, then they'll notice it. But if it's something small, they will not notice it. The smallest of details can make the biggest of differences, and that is what these people miss. That is just a prime example of how something is irreversible and never heals back the same exact way if you have something broken or if you pull a muscle or anything. Because the cells have to regenerate, the muscles have to come back together, and if it was moved once, it does not come back the same way. There's different cells there. Knowing the anatomy of the human body and still having a lot to learn, it can help better your understanding towards life. And I have most certainly learned a lot about the human anatomy. And this as an example, there's tons of organs. Just when you eat, it goes down your esophagus to your stomach, which is right here, and then to your duodenum, which is in this space here. And then it goes, and your liver purifies the blood and releases the bile, which is the juice. The pancreas is behind the stomach, which is here. That is an organ. And then the pancreas releases an enzymic juice, and then it goes to the duodenum, then to the small intestine, then to the large intestine. There are detailed names for all of these things, so that is something that you should study. And the kidneys are in the back, and you can see this is a transparent view, and the kidneys are in the back. I'm not sure if you can really see it. And you have the lungs and the heart here, the arteries. This is the oh heavens, what is it called? The tracheus right here on the neck. But this is, it starts with a T. The vein and the artery. I have terrible memory. Still working on it. But there is a lot to learn about the human anatomy, but the fact is things do not go back the same way once it is already done. So, therefore, there is no room for mistake, so what you have to do is prepare ahead of time. And that poor baby, oh my goodness, looking at this poor baby sea lion outside naked with no clothes, and he is just laying on that mat. You know, I do not want to tolerate that. My heart is hurt from seeing that, and there's just certain limitations that one individual has, and I have a lot of limitations, and I'm not able to do anything. My boys, I had 2 baby sea lions at one point. They had clothes on. I gave them baby clothes, pants and shirts, diapers, ear cleaning, veterinarian treatment. I bought cleanse and detoxes. That's something that you need for the animals because they get parasites very easily, and you have to make sure that they are safe. Poor baby. Don't give up. Do not give up. You are a strong warrior. So the lesson is to prepare ahead of time so that you may not have to experience the consequences thereafter. And that could be for everything. Brainstorm, all of the things. Prepare ahead of time. Okay, this video is not stopping. I'll just say some of the things. You can, like a power outage, a water cutoff, a tornado, a fire, having a fire extinguisher, and having the supplies, the medical supplies, a stroke. If you have a stroke, what do you do? If you have a seizure, what do you do? A seizure, there's tons of things. I do not think I have enough space on my phone to make a video with all that. That's a lot of talking there. A lot of teaching there, and there's a lot of preparation materials. I did post a post about what to do in certain situations, and it will just guide you through a lot of situations, medical and